Hello, everybody, and welcome to Week 5 of First and 10. We're about at the halfway point of the high school football regular season. A number of teams are sporting perfect records going into the action tonight. One of those teams, Logan Rogersville, the Wildcats under brand new coach Joe Wells, took a 4-0 record in tonight's game with West Plains, and that's where we find First and 10's Chris Pinson. Chris?
Hey, Dan, thank you very much. Well, look, if I was a bet man, I would have bet you even money that Logan Rogersville would have had this game circled on their calendar because they've lost 5 straight matchups to West Plains, and 4 out of 5 by 40 or more points. And tonight would turn into a true track meet between these two. At 4-0, the Red Hot Wildcats have been a whole different animal this fall, and they were ready to prove it against the Zizzers of West Plains. However, neither team had much going early until the Wildcats' second possession. Joe Roach makes that catch on a risky 3rd and long pass, fights upfield, and just gets tackled barely short of the goal line. Very next play, though, Roach would be rewarded for his effort. Crashes across the goal line, make it 7-zip Wildcats, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And after that touchdown, it's like the floodgates opened up. Zizzers answer right back with a perfectly thrown ball deep down the field. Ethan Miller to Dominic Hale, even in blanket coverage. That gain of 37 set up West Plains Miller for a quarterback keeper touchdown. However, extra point got blocked, so Wildcats led 7-6 at the end of one. Early second, Log extends their lead back. Roach finding the end zone for a second time, 14-6 Wildcats. Very next Zizzers drive, a Wildcats busted coverage leads to an easy pitch and catch touchdowns. West Plains, though, still trailed 14-12. But before you could blink, the Wildcats hit a home run on their next drive. Sam Freeze drops a perfect dime in stride to Gage Hale, 74-yard touchdown, 21-12. Talk about a back and forth. And West Plains is just fine with that because Miller would account for his 3rd touchdown here on this pass. 21-20, it's a 1-point game, 5.5 to go in the first half. But in only 14 seconds, Roach would record his 3rd touchdown, sprinting 80 yards on the first play of Rogersville's ensuing drive, all the way to the promised land. 200 yards on the ground, all in the first half for him, as Rogersville enjoyed a 35-26 lead at the break. And what a second half this has turned out to be. Logan Rogersville right now, who led 41-26 in the 3rd quarter, now trails 42-41 as West Plains scored a touchdown and then pulled a fake extra point to go ahead 42-41. So right now this game is bananas. There's 5 minutes to go and West Plains has the ball and they're driving. So Dan, we might want to hang on to our hats. This one might be a photo finish.
A lot, Chris. Another team trying to stay unbeaten tonight, Springfield Catholic, the Fighting Irish 4-0. For the first time in 15 years, tonight Catholic hosting 2-2 Forsyth. Panthers looking for a 3rd straight win, and the Irish would score on their first drive of the game. Michael Heredia gets the ball, goes around the left side, and scampers 11 yards for a touchdown. It was 6-0 Catholic with the missed PAT. Forsyth with a costly turnover later in the first quarter, and the ball is recovered by Catholic's Sam Booster deep in Panther territory. The Irish cash it in. Jet Lewis drops back and finds Rhett Lane, corner of the end zone, 21-yard touchdown connection. It was 13-0 Catholic. Another Forsyth fumble early in the second quarter. This time it's Connor Fensky who falls on it for the Irish. And the Catholic would make Forsyth pay. Again, it's Jet Lewis. He would throw to Jack Bells. Check out this catch. Nice catch. 14-yard touchdown. 20-0 Irish at that point, but Springfield leads this one 26-14 late in the 3rd quarter. In Class 1, Ash Grove continues its winning ways. The Pirates came into tonight's action with a 4-0 record. Ash Grove ranked 5th in the state in Class 1. Pirates hosting 2-2 Miller, and 'tis the season for homecoming. Here's your court, and Ash Grove's Zoe Welch was named your home court in Queens. Congratulations to her. Now the boys step on the gridiron. Pirates start through the air. Kylie Reese with the pass to Harrison Thompson. Nice catch along the sideline. Good for 33 yards in a 1st and 10. Next play, little counter action. Handoff to Chase Acosta. He takes it in from 23 yards out. It was 6-0 Pirates. Miller, though, answers on its next drive. Blake Walters is the running back. He gets it, comes around the right side, turns the corner, and then scores from 33 yards out. This ties the game up at 6. On the ensuing kickoff, the Pirates fumble the ball, and it is recovered by Miller, and the Cardinals would cash it in from a yard out. Jalen Matson makes it 12-6. But in the second quarter, Ashgrove's Reese would hit Thompson again. This time, it's a 15-yard touchdown. This would tie the game up at 12 at halftime, and Miller just won this game. The final 25-12. Cardinals hand Ashgrove its first loss of the year. And there was a rivalry game on the south side tonight. 1-3 Glendale Falcons hosting their arch rivals Kickapoo. Both of these teams struggling so far this season. The Chiefs have not won a game yet, but they've won the last 3 against Glendale in this rivalry game. Falcons trying to set the tone early. The reverse to Joel Rover goes around the left side, turns the corner, picks up 11 yards for a 1st and 10. But later on the drive, the Falcons quarterback is picked off by Kickapoo's Amon Fowler, and he would return it 40 yards for a pick 6, and it was 7-0 Chiefs. Later in the first quarter, Glendale on the offense again, big hit at the line of scrimmage. That would pop the ball loose right there, and the Chiefs, Michael Ingram lands on it, recovers. That sets up this 29-yard field goal by Wyatt Slavens-Lewis to make it 10-0 Chiefs. Kickapoo, though, strikes late in the first quarter again. Turner Hale, shoulder fake, and then down the far sideline. Nice catch by Tevin Christian, and then better run into the end zone. 41-yard touchdown. That was 17-0 Kickapoo, but Glendale has fought its way back in this game, and right now it's 24-20 Falcons in the third quarter. Little Thursday night football last night. Miami offensive line coach Alex Marable watching his prize recruit Jackson Cantwell. Top-ranked Nixa hosting Lebanon for homecoming. Eagles open with possession and introduce the Yellow Jackets to Jaden McCaster. He would find the end zone a lot, scoring his first touchdown with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. However, Lebanon answers the option to Elijah Simmons. Check this out. Shakes off the contact, keeps on his feet, into the end zone to tie the game up at 7. But with just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter, McCaster would plow through the Jacket defense. This is his second touchdown of the night to make it 14-7 Nixa. And then in the early part of the second quarter, it's McCaster again with a hat trick. Third rushing touchdown, 21-7. Nixa goes on to beat Lebanon 49-14. McCaster with 4 touchdowns in this one. And that brings us up to our first time out here on 1st and 10. On the other side of the break, we're going to preview the local college football Saturday. But first, here's a live look into Ash Grove, where the Miller Cardinals upset the Pirates. 1st and 10. We'll be right back.